இரண்டாவது மொழியாக கற்பிக்கும் பொழுது ஒருவேளை மணிப்புரி மாநிலத்தில் உள்ள மணிப்புரியருக்கு தமிழ் கற்பிப்பாக இருந்தால் மணிப்புரி மொழி தமிழ் மொழி இரண்டுக்குமே இடையே உள்ள உறவு உறழ்வு இரண்டையுமே சீர்தூக்கி பார்த்து அதன் மூலமாக கற்பிப்பது இன்னொரு நிலை. இப்படி மொழி கற்பித்தலில் பல நிலைகள் உண்டு என்பதை நாம் மனத்திலே கொண்டு இனி கட்டுரையாளர்களை நாம் கட்டுரை வாசிக்க அழைக்கலாம். முதலில் சோய்பம் ரேபிகா தேவி அவர்கள் டீச்சிங் சம் சின்டாக்டிக்கல் ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் ஆஃப் தமிழ் டு மணிப்புரி ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் என்ற தலைப்பிலே கட்டுரை வழங்க உள்ளார்கள். கட்டுரை படியுங்கள்.
அன்பிற்குரிய பேராசிரியர் தலைவர் அவர்களே, பேராசிரியர்களுக்கும் என்னுடைய நண்பர்களுக்கும் எல்லோருக்கும் என்னுடைய மாலை வணக்கம். என்னுடைய தலைப்பு டீச்சிங் சம் சின்டாக்டிக்கல் ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் ஆஃப் தமிழ் டு மணிப்புரி ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ். இது என்னுடைய கட்டுரை ஆங்கிலத்தில் இருக்குது, அதனால நான் இது ஆங்கிலத்தில் படிக்க போனேன். Tamil is one of the 8 classical languages of the world and is one of the 4 classical languages of India. The other 3 being Sanskrit, Kannada and Telugu. Unlike many other classical languages, Tamil lives till today with the people and its growing literature. It belongs to the Dravidian family of languages and is the principal language among these languages. Manipuri literally means the land of gems. It is the medium of communication among the members of 29 different mother tongues. Hence, it is regarded as the lingua franca in Manipur. The language spoken by the Manipuri community is locally known as Meiteilon. No study has been done so far about the contrasting syntactic features of Tamil and Manipuri languages. In the context of language teaching, translation, etc., a contrastive study of both the languages gains importance. This paper tries to bring out the syntactic differences between Tamil and Manipuri languages so that a fruitful exchange can be done while teaching Tamil to Manipuri speakers. Some of the main features that interfere in and create problems in learning are studied in depth for the benefit of teachers, learners, and material producers. The first point is copula verb. In Manipuri, it is essential to add the suffix ni to make the sentence which functions as copula, whereas in Tamil, no such marker is added, but sometimes the marker ahum, the verb ahum is added in the finite verb position of a sentence. The use of this verb is very much restricted. The absence of the marker often confuses the learners. It is always preconceived that the absence of a grammatical feature in the target language will not be a problem, whereas the Manipuri learners find it very difficult to accept the verbless sentences and they try to add the verb ahum. For example, in Manipuri, masi sanani, the equivalent Tamil sentence will be idu tangam, this is gold. Another example is Aikoi Mahiroini, Nanga Manavargal, we are students. The third example is Mahak Phazava Nupimacha Amani, Aval Oru Arahana Ponnu. She is a beautiful girl. But the Manipuri learners often write these sentences as Idu Tangamahum, Nanga Manavargal Ahum, Aval Oru Arahana Ponnu Ahum, like this. The next point is subject-verb agreement. In Tamil, there is an agreement between subject and verb in terms of person, number and gender, whereas in Manipuri has no such agreement. Take for example, the verb pomsatli, which means going in Manipuri, is used as the finite verb without any markers for person, number and gender for all the pronouns. For example, in Manipuri, I chatli, nan pohiren, I am going. Another example is Nakhoi Chatli, Ningal Pohiriral, you are going. The third example is Adu or Madhu Chatli, Adu Pohiradu, it or that is going. As far as these markers in Tamil are concerned, the learners in the beginning of their learning confuse very much. However, after learning the markers, there is a tendency to substitute only Pohiradu for Pohiran, Pohiral, Pohiram, Pohirigal, etc. The next point is case marker. Another area of clear contrast is the use of case markers. The case markers and their uses are always language specific. In the present study, 9 cases are taken for analysis. The markers are listed along with the Tamil equivalents. Distributional contexts are also mentioned wherever necessary. From this table, it is clear that there are some markers which denote different case functions in Manipuri. Take, for example, the dative and locative cases are represented by a single case marker, ta or da. This mother tongue habit of using the same marker leads to errors in the learning of their counterpart in Tamil. Though na is the marker to represent both nominative and instrumental cases, that does not interfere in the learning of Tamil. The next point is dative subject. There is a pan-Indian sentence structure having dative subject and defective verb. Tamil defective verbs like vendum, want, terium, no, puriyum, understand, etc. always take the subject in dative like yanakku, avunakku, avangalukku, avalukku, avarakku, etc. The irregular verbs in Tamil also take the dative subject. There is no equivalent dative subject sentence in Manipuri. This always leads to committing errors with sentences in nominative, which is wrong in Tamil. For example, in Manipuri, Nahak Pambra. The equivalent Tamil sentence is Ungalukku Venduma, do you want? But in Manipuri, it is Ninga Venduma. Another example in Manipuri is Angang Mabuklami, Kuendeku Pasikiradu. But in Manipuri, the sentence is Kuende Pasikiradu, the child is hungry. Let us take another example. Ai Kong Nai. Oh, it's not there. Ai Kong Nai, Yanakku Kaal Valikiradu in Tamil. But in Manipuri, it is Nan Kaal Valikiradu. I have pain in the leg. Like this. The next point is pronouns and their uses. In Tamil, there are different third person pronouns as avan, he, aval, si, our, he or she honorific. But in Manipuri, the word mahak or ma denotes all the three, namely he or she honorific singular. Only the context can give the picture of the gender in Manipuri sentences. One can observe the tendency in the Manipuri learners of Tamil that often they use only one of the 3 Tamil pronouns mentioned above to represent all. For example, in Manipuri, Mahagna, Mahakpu, Chaiki. This sentence can be interpreted in Tamil as Avan, Avaletitinan, Avan, he is called at her, Avan, Avare Titinan, he is called at him, Avan, Avane Titinan, he is called at him, Aval, Avane Titinal. She is called at him, Aval Avare Titinal, she is called at him, Aval Avale Titinal, she is called at her, Avar Avane Titinar, he is called at him, Avar Avare Titinar, he is called at him, Avar Avale Titinar, he is called at him. Another example in Manipuri is Makoina Hai Chai, they eat fruit. It has 2 interpretations in Tamil, Avargal, Param, Sapidirargal. The next is, another sentence, the other sentence is Avaihal, Param, Sapadihindrana. This is they neuter. The possibility in getting all these meanings leads the learners to commit errors.